Hello everyone, my name is Vishal and I welcome you to the first video of the Symfony 4 Framework video series. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to install and run the Symfony 4 framework on Laravel Homestead Vagrant box. So without wasting time, let's start the video. So first, we're going to install the Laravel Homestead, but before we start the installation and setup of Laravel Homestead, let's understand what exactly the Laravel Homestead is. So the Laravel Homestead is a pre-configured Vagrant box. It's one kind of a virtual environment which we have to load virtually on our host machine. And this virtual environment or box includes the Ubuntu 18.04 Linux version, then the PHP 7.3, 7.2 and 7.1, and Nginx web server as a default web server. If you want to uh, use the Apache as your default server, you can do that by mm, doing a small change in a configuration file of the box. Then MySQL and PostgreSQL database server, Node, Memcache, Redis caching server. So this box has everything which required to run the modern PHP framework, and you don't have to worry about installing all this software manually on your machine. You just install the Laravel Homestead and you're ready to run your project. Uh, One more best thing about this Vagrant box is it's designed to run on any kind of platform like Windows, Mac, Linux. So you don't worry about your host machine OS as well. So this is just a brief information about the Laravel Homestead. Let's move on to the installation of Laravel Homestead. So as I said earlier in this video that the Laravel Homestead Vagrant box is one kind of a virtual environment which we have to load virtually on host machines. So to run that virtual environment, you need a virtualized software. So there are few virtualization software like a VirtualBox, VMware, Hyper-V, Parallel available online. You can use any one of them. I'm going to use the VirtualBox because it's a free and open source. If you want to use the VirtualBox as a virtualization software, then you can download it from the www.virtualbox.org. From here you can download the latest version of VirtualBox. I already downloaded it. Then next we need is Vagrant. Vagrant is one kind of a provisional uh, software which help you to configure your virtual environment and also take care that your host machine files get sync kept sync with your virtual environment. So to run this kind of plugin we need a Vagrant as well. You can download the Vagrant from the www.vagrantup.com. So this is also free to use, so you can download it, the Vagrant and VirtualBox, from their website. Already downloaded it, so I'm not going to download it again. So let's install it first and then we'll move on to the next step. So first I'm going to install the VirtualBox. It's just a one click installation. It's taking a time. Okay, so I don't want the shortcut in a quick launch bar. I don't want the shortcut on the desktop as well. So check the start install. So it will take few time. So I'm done with the installation of VirtualBox. The next we are going to install the Vagrant. Okay, so it's taking some time. As I'm installing the Vagrant on my machine. So I'm done with the installation of Vagrant. Okay. The next step is installing the Homestead Vagrant box in a machine. So to install the Vagrant box, you have to run one command from the Vagrant from the command prompt. The command is Vagrant box add Laravel slash Homestead. So let's open the command prompt and type Vagrant box add Laravel slash Homestead. Okay, Vagrant command not found. I want to restart the git bash. So let's restart it. Vagrant box add Laravel slash Homestead. Once you run this command in your command prompt, yeah, it will give you the four options. This is actually the uh, providers, Vagrant providers. So you have to enter the appropriate uh, choice. So as I already said that I'm going to use a VirtualBox as a Vagrant provider. So I'm going to enter the 3 as my choice because I'm going to use the VirtualBox. So I'm not going to proceed ahead because I already installed this box on my machine, because installation of this box is a little bit time consuming. It almost 1 GB installation. It will take hour of time to install. So it's depend upon your internet connection. So that's why I already installed it. So I don't want to stretch the video timing. So I'm just clear my window command prompt, sorry. So I already installed it. Now next is the clone. You have to clone the homestead.git repository into your home directory. So let's go to the browser first and then type git homesteads. This is the URL of a git repository. This file, this folder actually contain all the folder, uh, all the code to run the homestead environment. So just clone it into your machine. So it's recommended that you should clone this repository in your home directory, because homestead is going to be served globally, going to be served as your all your project. So let's switch to the home directory. This is my home directory, then git clone homestead. It's cloning. So once you clone the homestead.git repo on your machine, you have to fire one command from the homestead directory. It's bash space init.sh if you're using the Linux. If you're on a Windows, then you have to fire init.bat command. This command actually create the homestead.yml file, which is actually the configuration file of the Laravel Homestead Vagrant box. Using that, you can customize the additional settings. Okay, we're done with the cloning. Let's switch to the homestead directory first and run init.sh. As you can see, this saying homestead initialized. It means the file is generated successfully. So let's go into the directory and check for the homestead.yml file. So users admin is the directory, and this is the YML file. So this is how the homestead.yml look like. So this is the IP of virtual machine or environment, and this is the memory settings, CPU settings. So we are not going to change this setting. We just want to keep this as it is. This is the provider property. In the provider property, I already said the virtual box because I'm going to use as the virtual box as the my Vagrant provider. If you're using any another provider, you just mention that provider name in front of this provider property. And this is for this is the public and private key which they use when you SSH into your virtual environment. This is for the Windows user because Windows don't have this .ssh folder uh, in their home directory. If you don't have that folder, just create it for yourself. .ssh folder, generate the pub and private key, and put that files inside .ssh folder. Already done. So this is, as you can see, this is the .ssh directory, and inside I put the public and private key, and this is the path, same path I set in this into this configuration. So I'm not going to change this setting as well, so I'll just keep this setting as it is. The next property is the folders. So using this folder property, you can create or you can sync the host machine folder files with your virtual uh, machine folder files. For example, let's say this is map property is used to, in the map property we can specify our host machine project folder path, and in the two property we mention the virtual environment project directory path. So let's create uh, a folder on the host machine. So okay, this is homestead projects. Inside that folder I will create one more application folder, that is Symfony 4 demo. So this is my host machine project directory path, so I'm just going to paste it into the map property. So this is my host machine project directory path, and I want the same name in a virtual environment. So I'm just going to replace this code with my Symfony 4 folder name. That's it. So when you made any changes in this folder, host machine folder, it will automatically get synced with this virtual environment project folder. So you don't have to upload that file manually into your virtual environment. The Vagrant will do that job for you. So if you want uh, multiple folders, then you can mention the multiple folder under this folder property. You can create the multiple folders for multiple projects like this. Here you can mention Symfony 5. So this is how it works, the folder. The main purpose of this property is to keep syncing your file with your host machine and environment, virtual environment. Then the next property is the sites. This is actually used to for a domain mapping. Here in the map property we mention, you can mention your domain like 4 demo.com, and you can mention your virtual environment project directory path. I'm just going to replace this code with my Symfony 4 demo. Rest of the things remain same. So whenever I enter the Symfony 4 demo.com in my browser, it will redirect to this project directory path. So to map this domain, we have to do one more change in our host machine. We have to make interrupt this domain inside our host file, and our host file is inside the C drive, Windows, and system 32 drivers, etc, and here's the host file. Okay, I already made the entry of that domain, and this is the IP of virtual machine. This is the IP. So when I enter the Symfony 4 demo, it will redirect to this IP, and Nginx will take care of the rest of the things because we already configured the Nginx setting over here in this homestead.yml. So this is how this site's property work. Once again, you can mention multiple domains for your multiple projects. The next is the database. You can configure the name of your database from here. Symfony 4 demo. This is my database name. So we're done with the configuration. Now it's time to run the box. So let's go inside the terminal. We're already inside the homestead. So to run the Vagrant box, there's one command, Vagrant space up. This will start putting the virtual environment. Also at the same time it will configure or provision the virtual environment. So let's hit the enter. Okay, it's pulling the Homestead 7 virtual box. This will take some time. So as you can see, this booting up the virtual machine. So as you can see, the my virtual machine is ready. So we can check that by running one command, the Vagrant status. This will tell us the current status of virtual machine. As it's saying running, means it's ready to use. So our virtual environment is ready. Now we are going to install the Symfony 4 framework in a Homestead project Symfony 4 demo folder. So once, let me check this same folder in a virtual environment. You can log in into the virtual environment by typing this Vagrant SSH command. So we logged in into the virtual environment. Let's check the current path. Okay, we are inside the home/vagrant folder. Let's check out for Symfony folder. Okay, there is a folder Symfony 4 demo. So it's already created a folder for our application. So let's switch into the Symfony 4 demo and check whether it is empty or not. Okay, the folder is empty. My host machine project folder also empty. So we are now going to install the Symfony 4 framework in my host machine project folder path. So let's go to the Symfony 4 website. This is the command to install the Symfony 4 framework. Paste it. Let's switch to the Homestead project folder, then install. Copy this and paste. This will again take some time. Okay, the installation is started and installing all the required libraries. Okay, so I'm done with the installation of Symfony 4 framework. So this is the files generated by the Symfony installation in my host machine project folder path. So let's quickly check the virtual environment project folder path. So empty. Let's check whether the file gets synced or not. Let's type ls, and as you can see, all the files from the host machine folder get synced with the virtual environment project folder path. So this is how this syncing works. Now next is we have to run the project in a browser. I'm going to enter the domain which we configure in homestead.yml, symfony 4 demo.com. So as you can see, it's working, and it's also showing the virtual environment project directory path. So all the configuration or settings which we set are working properly. So we have installed and run the Symfony 4 on Laravel Homestead. Successfully installed and run the Symfony on Laravel Homestead, and I hope uh, you like this video. If you like this video, please don't forget to hit the like button, and I will keep uploading such a video on my channels. So if you want to see that, please subscribe my channel, and the next video, I'm going to upload the next video soon as possible. Till the time, bye bye.